Did you know that in Kenya, 1 in 4 young women and girls are at risk of becoming mothers by the age of 18? Let's explore why this can be a risk factor by speaking to someone who has experience with this.
So I had to stay indoors to avoid all the negativity. I was low on my self-esteem. I went through depression.
Hey everyone, this is a safe space and I'm your host, Dr. Vundi, a medical doctor and a health educator. Today I'm joined by Cindy and she has quite the story to tell us. Cindy, why don't you tell us what happened?
In 2019 December, my mom and dad parted ways. And since I was a daddy's girl, I stayed with my dad. And at that time, my dad was not employed. I remember it came a day, the caretaker came and closed our house due to rent payments. I had to look for where I could find a shelter. I went to my friend's house. At that time, their parents were not at home. The friend would go partying, clubbing. So I found myself going wherever she went. And in the process, that's where I found my baby daddy. I assumed that was the best decision to go and live with the baby daddy. And that's where I found out I was pregnant in 2020, April.
How did you feel when you found out that you're pregnant?
I was confused. Community was judgmental. They would identify me as a burden since I was a teenager. I have a child with a child, so I had to stay indoors to avoid all the negativity. I was low on my self-esteem. I went through depression.
Being a pregnant teenager puts you at a higher risk of health complications, such as problems during and after childbirth, having a baby born too early or with a low birth weight. And sadly, teenage pregnancies are still the leading cause of death among girls. And once you got to the point of giving birth and afterwards, were there some challenges as well?
Yeah, I was not employed. Remember, I have to breastfeed the child. And at that time, because not eating the good meals you're supposed to, I was short of milk. So I had to go and do laundry service. Sometimes he will pay you 200 shillings. And the 200 shillings, you look at it and it can't satisfy your needs. And sometimes I will even not have a job at all, even the laundry cleaning job.
Let's take a few comments from the DW África Facebook page. Lina Lesia, who says, the challenge of teen pregnancy is the availability and affordability of contraceptives. Culture also plays an important role in that girls are less likely to even seek contraceptives if they know that they will be judged for it. And I completely agree with Lina that contraceptives have to be spoken about. And so who was there to support you during all these challenges?
My parents. I didn't tell my parents, but when it came to 7 months old, I let it out. I told her. I knew she was disappointed, but she didn't show it to me.
This is your mom?
Yeah, that's correct, my mom.
Some of the factors that contribute to teenage pregnancies are 1, a lack of sex education. Young girls cannot make an informed decision without proper sex education. 2, archaic practices such as early marriages contribute to teenage pregnancies. Then we have the issue of sexual abuse, because sadly, a large number of teenage pregnancies are because of sexual abuse, and it's usually somebody known to them. And lastly, there's a lack of access to contraceptives. What do you think are some of the factors contributing to teenage pregnancies? Let me know. How else did you cope with these challenges?
I was introduced by my friend at Teenage Man's organization, and hearing that they offered makeup skills and I was so passionate about it, I went. And in that program, they even brought mentors to mentor us. And that's where I really have transformed emotionally, spiritually.
And how has all this changed your perspective of life?
It changed me because this thing that I went through, I don't want it to repeat to another girl. That's why I started volunteering at teenage moms, telling my story and empowering those young girls, because I know what it is like to be a young mom, a teen mom. So the thing I usually do is to support them, is to show them that we are not in this alone.
Thank you so much, Cindy, for sharing your story with us. Share this with someone who would be inspired by Cindy's story and leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.